Das, the season previews kick on, powered by PointsBet. We are up to the Richmond Tigers today. Oh boy, it's going to be a long year for the Tigers. I don't know when they're getting their first win. I don't know if they're hitting their over. But geez, I can't wait to watch the kids play. They have absolutely nailed this draft, I reckon. So I'm so pumped to see them all play. Das, what do you reckon of the Tigers?
Oh, Jeff, I reckon we go through the Tigers pretty nicely, but good luck to them. I don't know when they're going to get their first win either, Jev. Let's hope after round 10, you'll find out why when you get to the end of the pod. Jev, you guys know where to find us at 100K Sports. Like it, subscribe. You guys can find us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Guys, share it out. It makes the pod grow. It's really helping. Guys, if you're a Tigers fan, we do have some questions as well for you guys, so make sure, get into the comments if you guys are on YouTube, because we need some questions answered.
Let's go, Dad.
Oh, we're from Tigers.
Welcome back to the 100K season previews powered by PointsBet. Today we are up to the Richmond Tigers. Joining me as always, Darcy Ballard. Dobe, how are you, brother?
Jev, unbelievable. We are absolutely flying through these previews. So, yes, Jev, we're up to the Tigers, and let's just give a little recap. So, last year, Jev, they finished 18th, dead bloody last. 2-21. They beat your boys, the Swans, which was so unexpected. Then they beat Adelaide in Adelaide. So, I just had a quick little write-up as well for anyone that doesn't know Richmond, or if you're new to the AFL, no team will look more different than Richmond in 2025. The Tigers have literally lost their best players. So Dan Rioli, Shai Bolton, Liam Baker, Jack Graham have all gone to other clubs, plus Dustin Martin and Dylan Grimes, Jev, they're gone into retirement. So you're looking at, I was looking at my notes last year, they're like 6 players that are either in their competition A graders or their position A graders or somewhere thereabouts. They're all gone. They've now got 6 first-round picks in. We'll go through them as we go through a little bit later. They've got Judson Clark, Lafau, Tyler Young, Gigpus. I can't say that fucking name. Jeff, they're all coming back from ACL tears. So they had an absolute train wreck of a year last year. They only won the 2 games. We'll get into their line a little bit later, but yeah, if you think that the Tigers are going to win the flag, Jev, this probably isn't the review for you, because I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but let's get into it, Jev. We always start off with competition A graders. Who do the Tigers have?
I think it's fair to say they have none, Das. I don't think Richmond fans will get upset with that, will they? Like, they lost all their guys. They lost all their stars. They don't have an absolute blue chip comp A grader, do they? Dusty, Liam Baker, as you said, Shive all walked out the door. They do not have one competition A grader on their list, do they?
Nah,
I'm not being a dickhead. Oh, and when we get to young guns, I fucking pump them up, but they don't have a competition A grader on their list. Do you agree? Did you have them for any?
No, I didn't. I'd Shy and Dusty, and like it was almost like this was last year. I had Dusty in there just on. He's done so much. We're still going to keep him there. When he's on, he's still kicking 3 or 4. Shy Bolton, 100% competition A grader. He's off to Fremantle. I've let this absolutely clean, Jev. So let's go position A graders. Who do you have as a position A grader?
Right. So I want to give him some love. Starting in the back line, I think Nick Vlaston and Nathan Broad are both A-grade back pockets. They'd play for every side in the league. I absolutely love them. I love the way, as a Wallet myself, I can appreciate another fellow Wallet. I love those two. I think they play for anyone. I think they're leaders. I think they're good footballers. I think Nathan Broad is a good mix of, can play on a lot of different positions in the back line. He's got height. He's got speed. He's a good player. And Vlaston is also a very good footballer. So I'm going to give him a bit of love there. I've got a couple more. Did you have some position A graders, Das?
Yeah, I'd Vlaston, and then, Jeff, I want to chuck in our man, Timmy Taranto. I absolutely love watching this guy play. He's an absolute grinder. He's now at a club that is genuinely going through a bottom-out rebuild, not just like a reset, a full bottom-out, like almost like when GWS or the Giants, the Giants or the Suns come into the league. Like, you've got so many young players, like, yeah, he just doesn't get recognised as much when he's in this side. But people forget the Giants in their most successful season in 2019 when they made the grand final, Tim won the best and fairest in that season. He can play. I just think it looks like sometimes he gets overshadowed. I think his clearance work's really good. He always hits the scoreboard, Jev. And yeah, I genuinely think that he would start, if he got traded to any side, he would start in that midfield. Like, they would find a spot for him. So, absolutely, I think he's a position A grader, and I hope he has another fantastic season. Who else did you have?
Yeah, with Richmond, I sort of want to mix position A graders with notable role players sort of into one, because guys like Jaden Short, Toby Nankervis, Tom Lynch, Dion Prestia are all really good footballers, all premiership players, but they all might look super, super average this year. Like, we all know they can play. We've seen them win premierships. We've seen them at their best, and they are position A graders at their best. But I don't think they're going to be position A graders this year. So I don't want to disrespect them because they're such good footballers. But I also think it's going to be a bloody tough year for them. Also, I agree with you, our man Tim Taranto. We fucking love him. I love what he does. I like him. I know Kane Corns hard on him saying he's not a top 150 player. I like the way he goes about it. I think he's a good player. And then guys like Noah Bolter, I know we bag him a lot, but I actually do think he's a handy footballer. He's an absolute peanut, but geez, he's got some amazing talent. Like, I would love Noah Bolter at the Swans. I don't like him as a forward. I love him as a defender. I think he's like an Alex Rance, unbelievably athletic, talented. I just don't love it when he's got the ball in his hands, trying to run and bounce. But if you just planted into him that he was just a key, like if he just played like Jacob Wiedering, defended all day and then just hit little laterals to get the ball out to the kickers and didn't do any of that stupid shit he does. I think he's so talented. But I want to give him a bit of love there. What about you? Do you have any other position A graders, Das?
Nah, that's all I did. I thought I'd cut at the line. Instead of going off expectation, I feel you can hold on to a player's form for 1 year. I feel so many of those guys dropped off. Dion Precia's been super injured. I don't think he's really starting in every single midfield in the comp. As we said, when he's up and running, he's a gun. Another one we didn't mention, Tom Lynch, Jev. Yeah. If he can get his body right for 1 more year, and that's the thing with this side, and we'll go with what their over-under is at the end, but everyone's expecting these guys to finish last. They've still got a good amount of players. As you said, they've still got Bolter. They've still got Tom Lynch. They've still got Nankervis in the ruck. They've still got Dion Prestia, Jaden Short, Broad, Hopper, Taranto. So they've still got like
Fardy or whatever his name is. Yeah,
they've still got a good amount of senior players that we saw against the Swans last year, Jev. As long as if Tom Lynch can stay healthy, he can take the number one defender and probably take a second guy over the top because his jukes are that good. So
he can beat any number one defender as well in the league when he's healthy, for sure.
Yeah, I only a few years ago, Jev, he kicked 7 and had 25 on Darcy Moore because Darcy Moore decided to play 5 meters off him. Like, I'll never forget that. Like, he's a superstar, but at the moment, until his body gets right, I won't put him in position A grade, but Jev, he's an unbelievable footballer. And if this is his last year or two, same for Prestia and stuff, depends on how the body goes, I think they're going to give it a really good shake. So, notable role players, Jev, I know we pretty much merged this one, but Jaden Short, Smith, Ralph Hugo, like you've got these guys that are just really trying to step up. But they've just lost a lot of those guys. As you mentioned, like we always look at those grand final sides where they've just got all these pieces around the edges. Is there anyone else that really stands out to you?
I want to give some love to Sam Banks and Jacob Bauer. I know Tigers supporters absolutely love these guys. I watched Sam Banks have a great day on the MCG last year against the Swans, and I've heard how bullish Tigers supporters are on Jacob Bauer. So I want to give these guys some love. Let's not be too harsh. Like, they're going to play a lot of footy this year. You just want to see him get games into them. Yeah, and then I wrote down Hugo Ralsmith. Like, he's come on a bit. Ryan Mansell we like as well.
Morgs' man, the mantelpiece.
Jack Ross, like these guys, you know, are they in their next premiership side? That's yet to be decided. But like, they're out in the field, they do a role. Hopefully they've developed, they're going to become more senior players. So we'll see. It's just so hard with Richmond at the moment because you just know what they look like at the peak of their powers, the pinnacle, and those guys don't play anymore. And you're like, what to expect this year? So that rolls into Young Guns, Das. What did you write for Young Guns?
Yeah, so I'm just going to go through. So these are some names, Tigers fans, that I want you guys to get used to. Sam Laylor, Josh Smiley, Jonty Full, Luke Traynor, Harry Armstrong, and Taj Horton. These are the guys that are just going to be in your side every week, and you guys have to show up and watch them every week. These guys might get burnt a couple of times in their first few games, probably maybe the first season or two, but these is your future. And for a lot of these sides, if you look at the Giants or Suns, if you get a heap of top-end picks, even if they hit on 4 of them, that's
Yeah.
awesome. And 1 or 2 might eventually want to get traded out and go somewhere else. But, Jev, you've got 6 first-round picks in what is meant to be one of the best drafts of all time, how deep it is. Like, if they can hit on 4 of these guys, Josh Smiley was a potential number 1 pick the year before, and then he slid to 7 or 8, whatever it was, after the academy and father-son picks came in. So you got Layla and Smiley, so potentially 2 number 1 picks. Depends on how you want to look at it. So these are the young guys, Jev. You got to keep playing it. As we mentioned, like, there's Steely Green. Who else was I looking at? Tom Brown. They've either got so much experience or just so much young guys. So there's no one that I'm really putting my finger on. Obviously, Sam Layla, guys are going to want to come in because he's the number 1 pick and he's a monster. He looks huge. Hope his jaw's all right. Apparently, he still might play in round 1 as well. But these are the guys. Just go there. Watch them for what they are. They're literally a team of young kids going out playing in the highest level of footy. So I'm genuinely excited just to watch what they can do. What about you?
Yeah. This time last year, I said they didn't have one good kid on their list. Remember, I was so critical that they don't have one good kid. How things change in one draft. So, as we said, Sam Layla, pick 1, looks like an absolute beast. Flatty might miss a couple of weeks, but you're saying he might play. He's going to be a bull. My favourite, Josh Smiley, I actually think they stole him at 7. He's a 195 centimetre midfielder. Like, the sky is the absolute limit for this bloke. I love that they went and got a small forward and a key forward from the same TAC Cup team in Taj Hodden and Harry Armstrong from the Dragons. Like, 4, 5, 10-year thinking, let them grow together. Can they be the next Buddy and Cyril, the next Tex and Eddie Betts, the next, big Franklin and Papley? Like, will they play the next 10 years right next to each other, know each other like the back of their hands? They also drafted Luke Traynor from Sandy Dragons, who's 195 centimetres at pick 21. And as you said, Jonty Fowl at pick 14, who's also 195 centimetres. So they've drafted 4 kids in one draft who are all 195 centimetres. A classy small forward, an absolute bull, and a bull midfielder. Could this be their Carlton draft where the Blues got Wiedering, Kerno, Mackay in the one draft? Will we look back at this Richmond draft in 5 years thinking the same thing? Like, taking Luke Traynor, Jonty Fall, Harry Armstrong, and Josh Smiley in the one draft was just a master stroke. Getting them all in the building at the same time together, watching them grow. So good on them. Hell of a way to rebuild after so much success. Like, just they're going to cop their lumps for a couple of years, but these guys could be absolutely anything. And they've still got Josh Gibcus, as we said, who I just want to see play 20-plus games this year.
Yeah.
It's just, he's always been injured. We've only ever known him as injured, and Richmond supporters are so bullish on him. I hope he hasn't already lost a step at the age of 21, 22, whatever he is, and he's just going to play 20-plus games as a key back for the Richmond Tigers this year. He's going to be a star if he does. So they have got, there's probably not another team of young crop. I know we haven't seen him play. You'd rather in the comp right now than what Richmond have. So,
I want to know in the comments as well from Richmond fans who they're most excited to watch. And apparently Taj Horton, Jev, I think he's a Sandy Dragons boy as well, that was coming off an ACL or a knee injury. That's why he went a lot later in the draft. Apparently he was going to be really good as well. So they've moved up, I guess, and taken a bit of a chance on him as well. And I think majority of them are from Victoria as well. So it's like, all right, they're all home.
Yeah.
They don't have to go into state. They all pretty much know each other. They played academy stuff with each other. So as we said, they're going to have to cop it on the shins and eat dirt for a little bit. But as you said, Richmond are an awesome club, like their supporter base. So it's like, get there, watch them, support them, and hopefully they come through. So next one, Jev, depth. What did you have right for Richmond's depth?
Oh, this is a big worry. Like, let's be brutally honest here. They've probably only got 15 to 20 AFL caliber players on their list. They've probably got 15, 18 to 19-year-olds who they need to get games into. And then they've probably got 10 guys who just can't play. Like, their depth is terrible. But we just want to see the kids, hope there isn't any injuries at all, and just get games into these guys no matter what the result is. So, like, where their depth is crap, and I don't know what their VFL side's going to look like this year, as long as these kids are playing and it's not, I'm not going to name names, but there's not some of the guys that we saw last year playing and it's kids taking their spot, I'm sure Richmond supporters will be fine. What did you write down for depth, Das?
Yeah, Jev, I just said, let's pray there's no injuries because their list is thinner than a Colombian G-string. I'll tell you what, once we
Jesus.
get through the good known players, Jev, I was just going through their list. Liam Fawcett, not Foreskin, Fawcett, Tommy Sims, Mate or Mate Colonna. I'm sorry if I haven't pronounced that wrong. Tyler Young, Jacob Blight, Oliver Hayes-Brown, Caleb Smith, Campbell Gray, Jev. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are.
I thought you just named the Backstreet Boys. Like, I do not know who they are.
I don't. So I just like, you look at other teams where guys are just knocking down the door to come in. Like, you look at the Giants, you look at Brisbane. Obviously, good teams have a lot of depth, and that's fine. You look at Geelong, guys are ready to come in. This is, they're just going to be eating on the shins for a while. As we said, if their whole team can stay healthy, they're going to be competitive for a few games, 100%. If they can stay healthy, if not, she's going to get thin pretty quick. Dark Horse All-Australian, Jev. This one as well was, I feel there's only a couple guys. I'm interested to see who you've looked. Yeah, go.
Yeah, so has there ever been an All-Australian from a team that's finished smack bang bottom of the ladder? Did Gary Ablett make All-Australians when he was finishing bottom of the ladder?
Fev did.
Did Fev make All-Australian when he finished better? Yeah. I can't see an All-Australian coming out of the Tigers. I wrote our man Tiger Tim Taranto. Can he just put the club on his back for a year, play every single game, every single minute from the midfield, average like 28 disposals and kick 19 goals for the year and just get his name up there in the squad of 40 to represent the Tigers? I hope so. We're getting $15 on points bet for him to make All-Australian. I really can't see them making one All-Australian, having one All-Australian. Who did you have for your Dark Horse All-Australian, Dust?
Yeah, Jev, I'm taking the red-headed handcuffs, Nick Vlaston.
Oh, okay.
Jev, we have to. He's a 3-time premiership player. He was in the squad of 40 in 2020. As you mentioned before, Jev, he's been a great player for a long time. Tigers fans know the ball's going to be down there a lot. So my theory is if he can wind back the clock and have one more good season, but as long as he beats his man every week, yes, the Tigers are going to have a lot scored on them. But imagine if it goes down, it's like he's just that corner that no one targets him, or like he just always beats his man. He always makes the right decision. The ball's always down there. Maybe they were like, yeah, look, the Tigers won 2 games, but Vlaston was like unstoppable. Every time he went down there, intercept marks, which he's so good with. He's great by foot. So he's at 17-1, Jev, thanks to points bet. Yeah. But yeah, as you said, it's pretty tough. Like, I'm not sure Jaden Short's going to be ripping the back legs off it from the selectors. I just think maybe it's one of the older heads. I think Nick Vlaston's probably one of their best top 3 players in their side. Yeah. And the ball's going to be coming down a lot, and I think he's going to have a lot to do with it. But yeah, he's the only one that stood out for me. Yeah,
for sure. Coach Captain, watch out for Coach Captain.
Oh. Well, I listened to the speech the other day. Nank got it again. I was hoping Tim got the captaincy. So Nank, 3-time premiership player. Well done. Obviously, the boys must love him. Again, we're not in the building. But we've been told Uze is a lemon, Jev. We got told that Richmond got sold a lemon. He got sold the guy that has to go out the front and just wear tomatoes to the face because, I don't know, he sounds uninspiring. There's so many things I feel like if I just say something now, it just feels like I'm repeating what someone else has said, and a lot of other people probably know better than me. It's like whether he sounds uninspiring or he's just a cheerleader. I know Kane says that. When I look at coaches, and even on SEN the other day, Tim and Gary were talking about like how much aura a coach has. He doesn't. Yeah. I remember, Jeff, he came to our footy training. I think when we were under 9s, and I wasn't impressed. Neither is he. He wore the fingerless gloves. I don't trust him. He took a good hanger once, but I don't know. In all seriousness, good luck to him. It's going to be tough. I don't see he makes it out of the next 2 seasons, to be honest. I just think they're going to, if they get a good list, they're just going to get another coach because there's such a big club. Yeah. So many people put their hand up to take over. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like a St Kilda. If like they're doing shit, someone else wants to take that over. Like if Richmond have a heap of good players, and the fans will let you know, like, fuck him off. They'll get someone else in. So good luck to him. I think he's, the 18th ranked coach in this. What about you?
I legit wrote basically what you wrote. Worst in the comp. I think Adam Muse is the worst coach in the comp. He lacks aura, lacks energy, doesn't look like he connects with players at all. And I said it last year, and Richmond supporters will know this. Melbourne were happy to see him go. Melbourne sold Richmond a lemon. We've said it for a year. Then Melbourne think they kept the right guy in one of their assistant coaches and were happy to see Adam Muse go. I think it's a coin toss. He lasts the whole year. And I think it's $1.30. He isn't the coach in 2026. And Nank, I like Nank. It's going to be a bloody tough year to be the captain of that side. Like, I really like Nank. I love Tim. I love these guys. It is going to be a tough year to be the captain because you can have young guys that might dog a contest or not run hard enough or have no idea what they're doing out in the field. You're getting done by 10 goals. You're training in the cold in the middle of winter and you're just trying to keep them motivated. It's going to be a tough year to be the coach of that, the captain of that side. But yeah, Adam Muse, I've just got nothing for him. But we'll see. I could be proven wrong. But my best bet's coming up. I am off them. And we'll get to it a bit more later. But let's get into their schedule, Das. You've got their schedule on Fox Footy.
Yeah, so number 1 would be the best ranked schedule. Number 18th would be the hardest. They've got the best ranked schedule apparently, but I look at it, Jev, and it's bloody tough. It is bloody tough. So they're currently round 1. Carlton are $1.06 and Richmond are $9.60 or $9.50 at the moment. So
it's fucked.
Jeff got the Blues, they've got Port, they've got St Kilda, Brisbane, Fremantle,
Freo and Gatherround, Suns at Marvel,
Melbourne Hawks,
Melbourne at the G, Hawks at the G, Eagles at the G, North at the G. When do you honestly think they're going to win their first game?
Well, we'll get into that in best bets, but West Coast twice isn't easy, Jev.
Nah. West Coast have so many more better players than them.
North, you know what's weird? Like, look where North and Richmond are. Yeah. North won 3 games last year. Richmond won 2.
Yeah.
North are like, you'd think a 5-game better side than the Tigers. But
we're tipping North to beat the Dogs round 1, basically.
Yeah.
Like, we're all in on North, and I'm just looking at Richmond's schedule.
It's tough. Like,
is it the Suns at Marvel when it's just cold out, when it's just too cold for the Suns at Marvel? It is in April, but I think it's over Easter weekend, that one. Is it like, do they just sneak the Suns?
No, if it was at the G, maybe. I don't think that they do it at Marvel. But, Jev, it's a Tigers fan. If you're listening, let us know when you think your first win is because there's nothing that jumps out to me, unfortunately.
I know our mate, Ezzy, who's a nuffy Richmond, but he's very funny with it, said round 3 against the Saints, just a percentage booster for the Tigers. He reckons they're certainties against the Saints at Marvel. Oh, fuck.
Jev, in the gun. Who do you have in the gun? Like, we get to – I'm sorry, but –
Adam Muse. I think he's a dark. I don't know. I've just got him in. No players are in the gun for me. Maybe Dion Prestia. Like, can he show a bit of professionalism for the year and play all 24 games or whatever it is and not get injured? Apart from that, they're going to put out a young side, a lot of no-names. It's either Dion Prestia, maybe a bit of Tom Lynch. Can we see 15 games out of Tom Lynch, Dar? Is that too much to ask, or is he too old? Or it's Adam Muse. Like, yeah. I don't even know. I don't really want to put anyone in the gun. I don't know what the expectations of Richmond are this year. I just want to see their young kids play for the. Every time I turn the Tigers on, I want to see Smiley kicking a goal and Taj Houghton and Harry Armstrong and Josh Smiley and all these guys just getting big Sam Layla getting around them and just seeing the future of the Tigers on the TV. I don't want to put anyone in the gun, really. What about you, Das?
Yeah, Jeff, Dion Prestia, we really want him to obviously play as much as we can. He does more tissue damage than a 16-year-old with a Brazzers account. So let's hope that he gets back right. But in the gun, Jeff, I've got the Richmond fans.
Ooh.
So I've got them. You've had so much success. And, Jeff, we know a lot of them and they talk. They talk a lot. I know the Bodes will be there every week, Jeff, because that's what they do. They go to the G, they get together. Big Say-So goes nuts. Kane goes nuts. Mickey goes nuts. They love it down there. Shout out to the Bodes. We know Easy will be down there. Mano, the Mannings will be down there watching the Tigers. But all the other fans, get down and watch this side. So I don't know how many games they're going to win, Jev. I don't know if it's going to be 1, 2. Mate, they might not even win 1. It might be 3. But I honestly think, how many? Well, there's 23 now. So we'll say that the Tigers fans in one game this year, you guys have the ability to be the 24th man.
Yeah.
I can see it right now. If they haven't won in 12 weeks and they're in it at three-quarter time, Jev, against a North Melbourne or whoever, a West Coast, and if they're at the G and they're in it and they kick a goal and there's 60,000 fans there, 70,000, it's going to sound like 120.
Yeah.
You guys will be the reason why they get over the line in 1 or 2 games at home. I doubt that they're going to get it on the road, but if it's at home, they're going to be loud and it's going to feel like a prelim final. So fans, you have to show out because you will 100% be a reason why the Tigers get a win or 2 this season. So the 24th member of the Richmond Tigers. So fans, I'm going at you. Jev, best bet on the board. What are we looking for?
Das, can we not overthink this?
Yeah.
It's least wins at $1.40.
That's what I'd written down. It's a lock.
It's an absolute lock. Like a lock. West Coast and North, no matter how bullshit we are North, they're winning 3 or 4 games. I don't think Richmond are winning that many. I think it's a lock. Like I just can't find a win on their schedule. I know they're going to maybe win 1, but I can't find a win on the schedule. They're paying 34-1 to not win a game. Even that's a good slice. Like, it really is, isn't it? What did you have at best bets apart from the least wins?
Oh, it's a lock, Chev. $1.40. Yeah, so any team to go winless was 26, but that one was way better because you just bet backing the Tigers. So this is what we're thinking though, Jev. And we'll do another video closer to the date. We look through the first, so there's a market on PointsBet. When will Richmond get their first win? And when we look through the first 10 rounds, Jev, they're definitely not getting it.
Yeah.
So the Tigers know this. Their season starts from round 11. So if we go from round 11, Jev, to beat Essendon. So if we get to round 11 and we look how much is Richmond going to pay,
we're
getting more than $9.
Yep.
At the moment, we're getting 17-1.
Yep.
So why not have a sprinkle of that? The next week against the Giants, they're paying 101-1. You can't tell me by the time the game starts, they're going to be $101.
Yes, we can get 100-1 now. It might be, $11 on the day, but we can get $100 today.
They will win one game, Jev, I think, in the back end of the year. Against the Swans.
They beat the Swans at the G every year. We're getting 67-1 right now. We're taking this. So we're going to make a video. We're going to make a bit of fun of it. But anyone that listens to this one now, any Richmond supporter, we're going to have $10 on everyone from round 11. We're going to think we think the Tigers are going to be 0 and 10. We're going to have $10 on everyone from round 11 onwards. Yeah. Dogs at 81, round 15. Adelaide at 51, round 16. Geelong at Geelong, 150-1. $150, round 17. Essendon, 41. West Coast, 51. Collingwood, 126. Gold Coast, 151. Like Collingwood, what if Collingwood are bang on injured? Geelong at home, 300, round 24. Geelong.
That's the one I'm looking at.
Geelong might be resting everything. Let's $10 on that at 300-1. That is delicious. And then to go winless is 26-1. Sorry, Das, I said 34 before. $26 for. Like, we are having a slice at all these after thing. I think it's going to be fun. If they're 0 and 10 and you've had a little play on them for every game after that at better odds than you're going to get on the day, it's going to be so fun to ride for their first win.
Well, I'm pretty sure if we put all of them on, we profit either way as long as one of them wins.
Yes. But you still get winless. As long as they don't win from round 1s to 10, or we're going to back all of them?
No, we'll back them all.
Or from round 1 onwards?
Oh, no. From round 10 onwards.
Round 10, yeah. But what if they get a win from round 10?
Yeah, we've cooked it.
We've cooked it.
We just got to back that they don't win a game in the first 10. Jev, their floor of wins. What's the absolute crust? What is the absolute bottom of the barrel for the Tigers?
It's a goose egg, Das. It's an absolute dark egg. It's a goose egg. Yeah. It's 0. I can see it happening too. It's 0. I just I'm probably leaning more to, we'll get into it in a minute. I think it's just 0. Surely you agree.
Jev, do you know how you pronounce 0 in Bulgarian? You call it an uze. The floor of wins is an absolute uze, Jevy.
A Bulgarian 0 is an uze. And
That's what it is.
Yeah, it really is.
It's an uze. So
And
their
what's
ceiling?
their ceiling? Their ceiling is
It's 3
4.
wins. I've got 3.
And I don't even think it's that high. Their ceiling is 4, I'm going to write. If they get hot and Tom Lynch is playing and Noah Bolt is playing and they're all fit and they've actually got their 14 good AFL players on the field with the 7 kids who are all good, I think their ceiling's 4, but they only won 2 last year and they had Dustin Martin still playing for them and Shai Bolton and all these guys. I know we didn't see much of Tom Lynch, but yeah. Their ceiling's 4. What did you have their ceiling as?
Yeah, 3 wins. 3 wins. I don't see anything over 3. They might win 1, which is all right, and they might pinch 1 or 2 in an ideal world. I think it's 3. Jev, the line is 2.5. Are you going to go over or under?
I'm going under.
So am I.
So the money's on the over.
I know.
It's $1.60.
Yeah,
it's $1.67 for over 2.5, $2.15 for under. Does it just not feel like take the $2.15 for the under 2.5? They won 2 last year. They've gotten worse.
Exactly.
I love 18-year-8, the kids playing footy, but it doesn't make your team better. I was about to say, I love 18-year-old kids.
I know that's what you said.
I was looking at myself going, I was looking at your eyes going fuck. Anyway, love 18-year-olds. I love a mix of when there's a professional side and you throw an 18, like how the Lions are going to drop Levi Ashcroft into this good side this year, and Carlton are going to drop Jagger Smith, and it's going to look different. I love when that happens. Nick Dacos in his first year, it just brings a different energy to a team. If this kid's doing it, we're going to protect him. We love him. When you're going to drop 6 or 7 of them in, some key position players take ages. Remember Aaron Cadman in his first year and Jamara in the first year? You could see the talent, but they just got outbodied all the time. They've drafted 4 key position players. Laylaw's already been injured. He'll be fine. Taj Houghton could be – he doesn't look like he's Nick Watson, does he? So, oh, God. I'm leaning so much to the under. Under 2.5.
So, yeah, same. So, I'm definitely taking the under. I think it's a fun one to ride. If I lose this bet, I'm happy to lose it. It's fun.
Yeah.
But 100% they're going under. What if their line's set at 1.5?
I think I'd still take the under.
So would I.
I think I would still take the under.
So would I.
If any Richmond supporters have actually gotten this far in the pod and they're listening and they're watching on YouTube, comment or send us a DM on Insta or whatever. We'll have a friendly wager with you on the 1.5. 100%. We'll take under 1.5.
Yeah.
You can take over. What will we do, Das?
Well, they can message us.
We'll buy one Richmond supporters membership next year if they go over 1.5. And if they go under 1.5, they have to buy us
a pint.
A round of 4 beers at the MCG at a Richmond game one day this year.
Yeah, done.
Done. But to be fair, we're going to be on him from round 11 onwards, and we want to see him win a game after that. Geelong round 24, we're going to have 300. We're going to get 300 to 1 on that game. We are going to be on that. So hopefully it's 1, maybe 2, but I'm taking under 1.5.
If that's the only game that they win, Jeff, that's an ideal world for us.
Yes.
We win all our bets.
Yes.
And we win $3,000 on the day, which pays for final tickets and a lot else. Jev, we always finish the pod with a multi-lover, a Richmond lovers multi, which has to start with the over, doesn't it? 2.5 wins.
Over 2.5. If you're a Nuffy Richmond supporter, you think they're winning over 2.5 games. So you just start with the over 2.5. I don't know if we'd ever get this market on PointsBet, but what about the rising star to come out of Richmond?
Oh, I don't think they're going to play.
Like any of them, just one of them. wins the Rising Star.
I don't think this multi wins, but
All right, so we're not getting that bet. Do you have any other legs for me? I don't know what to put in.
Sam Laylock, do you reckon we can get him for 20 goals?
Sam Laylaw for 20.
Yeah.
What about Smiley for 20? Isn't he the like half forward sort of
I don't know.
dynamic forward?
I don't know. I don't know whether Bulgarian Zero is going to play him.
I actually don't know what to bet on him with. Like, it's over 2.5. It's no one's making All Australian, are they?
Let's just go Tom Lynch for 50 goals.
Go Tom Lynch for 50, over 2.5.
And Tim for All Australian. That's it.
Or Vlosten for all. I'd prefer Vlosten for All Australian.
Vlosten All Australian, Richmond over 2.5.
Tom Lynch.
And Tom Lynch 50.
Wow. Surely. If that might be 100 to 1. If I'm a Tigers supporter, I'm having a nibble at that.
I reckon it'd be more than 100 to 1.
Oh, God. Yeah, let's go. What a pod. The poor Tigers. When we got to this team and I'm looking at the notes, I'm like, I don't want to be an arsehole. I'm scrolling through their list. I'm looking at their schedule. I'm like, it is bloody tough for them to win some games here. I want to know the most confident Richmond supporter. I want to contact us, DM us on Insta, comment like, the swoop Luke of Richmond, the full nuffy of Richmond. What do they actually expect this year? Like, does any Richmond supporter think they're going to win over 6 games? I wonder.
I had them at 6 or 8 last year. I thought they would just all the guns were going to get right, and it just went south real quick. So
let's see. We'll see. Hey, it's been a hell of a podcast.
Okay, good luck.
I'll see you later.
We're rooting for the Tigers.
The Tigers. We're rooting for the Tigers. Just after round 10. Just start 0 and 10, and we're rooting for you. Correct.
Go Tigers.
What are you prepared to lose today? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.